Hey, chat. How are you all doing this evening? Let me just see and how everything sounds okay. Everything sounds fine. Alright. Hi. How are you doing? It's been a couple of days since my last stream. Hope everyone's had a good weekend. And happy Easter too, for anyone that celebrates. Just give me 1 second to check some things. Be with you momentarily. Whose song's this? Oh, Johnny Gargano. Be with you all momentarily. I'm just looking through some news, some post WrestleMania news, because I only just finished watching it. I didn't watch it live. I watched a replay because it's a very. It was on in the morning for me, and I'm not a morning person, so. Judging from what I've seen through here, there's nothing. I mean, besides one thing that I can talk about that happened after the show, but it's got nothing to do with storylines or anything, just something that happened outside the arena. Alright. I think we could talk a bit. I think we could talk now. So yeah, just finished watching WrestleMania. Both nights. We're going to be talking about it whilst I'm going through GM mode. I haven't played GM mode in a hot minute. I gotta remember what I was doing. Ah, yes, that's right. So I'm not sure if I've shown this. I've already had these matches booked, that's right. Yeah, so my last GM stream, after it finished, I didn't progress or anything, but I did buy some talents. I bought Garza and Birdo. I bought Apollo. Did I buy Undertaker last stream, or was that after? I can't remember. Cena's there. I can't remember if I had Jada Parker beforehand. But we signed some new people, and I think Biggie was another person that I signed to. So, contract negotiations. Oh, immediately receive. Oh, I can't do it this week because okay, it's been a while since I played GM mode. I gotta remember what I'm doing and find a direction to go forward. Ooh, Braun and Taker is low. Double check once again. Alright. So, WrestleMania happened. We'll run everything match by match across both nights. I've got to get the match card up because there's definitely some stuff that I'm not going to remember. Well, I guess to start things off, the stage looked cool. I liked the stage. I didn't mind the stage having the, what are they, VIP members sitting on the side and on top of the stage or whatever. That was pretty neat. I'm not sure. I don't know if they did that before, but they didn't start off with America the Beautiful, which is okay. I'm wondering that's just a thing that just they're just not going to do anymore now. A little bit strange, but oh well. Why did I book Braun versus Taker? Oh, because others is low. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. All right. Bad publicity. Okay. Yeah, so the stage looked cool. Triple H opened the show in your normal Triple H fashion. And then the first match we kicked off with was Jey Uso versus Gunther. Now, before you ask, no, I am not a Jey Uso hater. I get why people dislike Jey though. Hear me out. So for those of you who don't know, Jey Uso beat Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship in a 16-minute 30 match. So Jey Uso is now World Heavyweight Champion. Now, I'm going to paint a picture for you, right? And then you'll simulate this show. I gotta make sure that I'm reviewing WrestleMania whilst I'm doing GM mode as well. So, because I mostly want to use today's stream just to talk about WrestleMania. So Jey Uso versus Gunther. So I want to paint a picture. Jey Uso has had an ongoing arc since pretty much COVID, since pretty much 2020. You know, and this is before the whole bloodline stuff happened. Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman, and we'll get to them later. They formed an alliance, right? And they won the Universal title, and their first challenger was Jey Uso. They've had two matches together. Roman beat the shit out of Jey in both of them. And after the second match, Jey Uso was pretty much had no choice but to become pretty much the right-hand man / lapdog to Roman. And throughout that time, between 2020 and mid 2023, it was an abusive relationship, you know. Not so much physically, but mentally, it took a strain on Jey. Jey Uso was mentally torn by Roman, by the bloodline, for 3 years. Within that time, obviously, the whole Sami Zayn stuff happened, and then Sami betrayed them, and that took Jey into a completely different direction. And then WrestleMania 39 happened, and then midway through, the Usos and Jimmy Uso's part in the whole bloodline story doesn't make a lot of sense, but still. The Usos, Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa had a civil war, which ultimately ended over SummerSlam when Jimmy, for some reason, turned on Jey. And Jey had enough. And Jey decided to become his own man, doesn't want to deal with family nonsense. This is getting away from Jimmy, especially getting away from Roman. So Jey Uso decides to become his own man, and then he got over. You know? Now, regardless of how y'all feel about like yeeting and Jay Uso's matches and whatnot being doing the same moves over and over, um, it doesn't matter. He's over as fuck. Jay's over as fuck. Jay Uso will get hate every week, but guess what? You turn on the TV on Monday Night Raw, he's got to get cheered and he'll be the most over person in the show. He's a merch salesman, and that's something that WWE prioritizes a lot. Jey Uso is one of the most over people on the show, and his popularity just keeps on growing over time, which ultimately led to Jey versus Gunther, which a lot of people have said that this is probably Gunther's worst feud. At the start of it, wasn't anything special, but then Gunther beat the shit out of Jimmy, and bathed in Jimmy's blood. And then Jey Uso probably had one of the most best promos in his career the week afterwards, slightly ruined by the crowd chanting yeet, but this is serious Jey that we're talking. And Jey mentioned Gunther's mother. Talked about, he had to ring his mother after saying that Jimmy was in hospital, and his mum saying, why couldn't you protect him? So in the space of 1 week, they made that rivalry very personal. Jey Uso beating Gunther at WrestleMania. Bear in mind, Jey Uso is one of the most consistent workers in the roster. He's there every week. He's always at live events. Does he have 5 moves? Yes, but he's still over as fuck, and crowd will chant yeet for every fucking move that he does. So, a 5-year story for Jey, which ultimately ended with him becoming the World Heavyweight Champion. I don't mind it. Gunther tapping out? Yeah, okay, that's okay. I can understand the criticism of that. Maybe Gunther shouldn't have lost that way. Maybe Gunther should have taken like 10,000 frog splashes or Uso splashes from Jey and ultimately lose. But Jey Uso becoming World Heavyweight Champion, I don't hate it. I really don't. He's over as fuck. You gotta take advantage of people who are as over as fuck. Doesn't happen all the time, but granted, we're a lot better at that nowadays. Other than Vince McMahon always ignoring people, like the worst I think that Vince ultimately kept telling us no was Rusev, when Rusev was massively over, and for some reason Vince just didn't like Rusev. So yeah, and look, Gunther will be fine. Gunther will be fine. He can come back from this. Gunther can take a loss, And yeah, like ultimately started, and there is a reason why they put that match on first, because that match is probably one of the only few good feel matches on the show. So, pretty much the entire weekend. The match itself was fine. I mean, it got exciting towards the end. The start of it wasn't anything special, but Jada Parker's new champ. New feud, okay. Jey Uso using Gunther's moves against Gunther, which I don't think has happened to Gunther before, so that was something different, and that caught Gunther off guard, which I like. Gunther is more used to people just wrestling their style, but once he has people that uses his own moves against him, obviously they'll caught him off guard, Undertaker new champ. Don't care. Lost some fans, 117k. Okay. So yeah, I think there's one of the more positives on the show. I know not a lot of people like Jey, but it's one of those things where I really think they should take Jey's story from the past 5 years into account, because that ultimately has had him ended up to where he is today. They've been telling a story with Jey, and yeah, I think Jey Uso beating Gunther is the right result, honestly. And like I said, Gunther will be back. In saying that, because of what happened at the end of night one, I don't necessarily think Jey is going to be champion for long anyway. So, match two. New Day versus the War Raiders for the World Tag Team Championships. I know, good match, you know. Both tag teams, they can still put on bangers every now and then. New Day winning, I think, is the right choice. New Day definitely needed something after turning heel and ultimately go nowhere, because they just cut the same promos every week, especially in between ads. So, yeah, winning the tag titles was, I mean, I would assume that winning the tag titles was something that was going to happen eventually, but Nathan Fraser wants a singles match. Let's do Nathan versus Angel. What else is there? Yeah, so New Day. I think this is how many tag title reigns is this for Kofi now? Because Kofi's won a lot of tag titles. You know, he's had multiple partners even before New Day was a thing. I know he won one with CM Punk. I know he won one with Evan Bourne, R-Truth. They're the only three that come to mind. I don't know if Kofi's won any more tag belts besides Big E and Xavier. So yeah, it's what it's needed, and yeah, the match did its job, you know. And yeah, let's see what Kofi and Xavier do from here, and hopefully they just don't put Kofi and Xavier in between ads every week. Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Probably one of the more weaker matches on the show for me. And this is probably the first match on the show where I disagree with the winner. I know that they like Jade. I know that they like Jade. Naomi, I think, needed this win more, but they got to build Jade up. I don't know why. Look at Jade, you know. The match itself wasn't anything special. I will say though, the match, it really should have been just a no disqualification match or something. It's like it's a grudge match. It's a blood feud. Why the fuck aren't Jade and Naomi beating the shit out of each other? You know, the match was not what it should have been, really. Yeah, ultimately, I think that was a little bit of a misstep. I will say this though, Bianca should have been in that match. I get that a match between Io, Rhea, and Bianca is exciting and all, and it was. The match was good. It's actually one of the more better matches on the show. But Bianca makes more sense to be in this match than the Rhea and Io one. So I hope next time when they do WrestleMania again, they focus a lot more on the storyline side of things than the actual dream match. Don't get me wrong, I like a dream match every now and then, but only if it makes sense. Only if we have something to hold on to. That's not just, you know, for dream match sakes. So yeah, I would say as of right now, Jey Uso and Gunther up, New Day War Raiders up, and Jade and Naomi is up first down. The next match after that is Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight. So Jacob Fatu won, which I honestly wasn't expecting, because with the amount of tension that's been building between Jacob and Solo and Tama, I thought Solo might have come out and quotations accidentally cost Jacob the match there. But no, it was just a straight match between Jacob and LA Knight, and a good match too. It was a very good match, and Jacob wins. Okay, I'm fine with that. That's also a positive. Very good. Um, yeah, nothing to say to that. It was again Jacob and LA Knight was just another good match. Jacob Fatu winning. Sure, I'm fine with that. It just wasn't what I was expecting. Now, now this WrestleMania, this next match, right? So this WrestleMania has the unfortunate, one of the more unfortunate WrestleManias when it comes to putting matches together, because at least 3 matches had to change, because replacements and such. And the first of those replacements was Rey Mysterio, because the SmackDown before WrestleMania, Rey Mysterio got hurt. So they had to think of on the fly who should be Rey's replacement. Luckily, Rey Fenix is not booked, so, and Rey Fenix is a good replacement. So we had Rey Fenix as El Grande Americano. Again, another good match. I honestly find the El Grande America stuff a little bit funny. I know some people don't like it, but I'm fine with it, honestly. What else is there? I might put this in the main event, actually, and have Charlotte Kalani here. Specialty match in 2 weeks. Yeah, I personally find the El Grande Americano stuff entertaining. And yeah, like I said, it did its job. Again, another thumbs up. The only down that out of all the matches we've talked about so far, the only down that's been for me personally so far is Jade and Naomi. But in saying that, a lot of the positives on the show are like perfect, I guess you could say. We had a lot of good stuff, but that's just it. There's a lot of stuff on the show that's nothing beyond like good, nothing past good. You know, there wasn't anything amazing or that sorts. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. Again, very surprised on how good this match was. I personally liked it. I thought this match was going to be a little bit of a train wreck, and I thought Charlotte was going to be a bit selfish in this match. But no, this match was generally good, I thought. Tiffany Stratton winning was a little bit of a surprise for me, because I thought they were going to go with the experience over the Tiffany Stratton, in a way, is still kind of a rookie. Rhea and... Okay. We'll just go with this match, I think. Have Bron Breakker call out Taker. Have Cena call out Tongaloa. Yeah, Tiffany Stratton had the Barbie entrance. Makes sense. A lot of the entrances, were good too. Like, well, I wouldn't say all of them. There was a couple of them that I thought was a little bit but Tiffany Stratton's entrance I thought was good. The whole Barbie thing. And yeah, like I said, I thought because Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton's segments have all been train wrecks, I thought this match was going to be another train wreck. But no, it's just a pretty standard good match with Tiffany Stratton going over. Okay, caught me by surprise. And then we had Shawn Michaels announcing the attendance. Good for him. We had the Hall of Fame stuff, which Triple H spit water over the cameraman, so that's a little bit degrading towards your co-workers, but sure. And then we had the main event of night 1. which I think, for me personally, was the best match of night one. Um, we had Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. Very good match. Very, very good match. Um, I was keeping an eye on Paul Heyman at ringside, and he was reacting to very, very interested in how he's reacted to stuff, because throughout the match, especially when he's talking to Punk, he, like, at the start of the match, Punk was like trying to get advice from Heyman, and Heyman was like, "Oh, definitely do this to Seth," but he was hesitating when he was talking about what to do with Roman. Boy, funny looking back at that now after the ending. Um, but yeah, a lot of good action. And then the ending happened. So the ending happened when Paul Heyman grabs a chair at ringside, and he has a choice to throw it to either Roman or Punk. He looks back at both of them, right? Um, he passes the chair to Punk. Punk starts laughing. Punk grabs the chair. Paul Heyman goes into the ring, and as before, Punk was about to hit Roman with the chair. Paul Heyman low blows CM Punk, and then so that's betrayal number one. Number two, Roman laughs, and he is like, "Ah, my wise man, I knew you were next to me all along." Uh, Paul Heyman yelling out, "I acknowledge you, my tribal chief." So he passes the chair. Seth was standing up on the other side of the ring, and like, as Michael Cole kept saying it now, the Shield chair shot's gonna happen. Paul Heyman passed the chair to Roman. Seth has his back turned to them, and Paul Heyman directs Roman into hitting Seth with the chair. And as Roman goes for it, Paul Heyman low blows Roman Reigns. And Seth's just standing there. God knows how long Seth and Heyman has been having that and planned out. Seth, what does he do next? Does he hit Roman with the chair? And does he do like a stomp? I believe so. Either way, Seth pins Roman for the win. And now we have an alliance between Rollins and Heyman. Very interesting alliance, to the point where I ask myself, it depends on what alliance is going to be. Because I'm like, does Rollins need Heyman though? All I'm saying is, Heyman better come out dressing as the same as Rollins every week if Rollins is going to keep up the fashion stuff. Because if they don't do that, then I call this alliance a wasted opportunity. But yeah, night one was weird. It was, nothing really exciting happened until the end, you know? Like, I guess you could say the exciting thing before that was Jay winning. And then we had the New Day and Raiders, which is a standard match. We had Jade and Naomi, which is just there. What was after Jade and Naomi again? Was it El Grande, Americano, and Phoenix? Again, just a match. Jacob Fatu and LA Knight. Another standard match. Again, nothing exciting. Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte Flair. Again, nothing exciting either. Besides the opening match, there wasn't anything, nothing happened besides maybe a title change or two in between the opener and the main event. Nothing really, so it was a bit of a weird feeling show. And then the main event happened, and that was WrestleMania, That main event itself was WrestleMania entirely. So, and that was night one. Night two, which I just finished watching. So night two opened up with Stephanie welcoming everyone to WrestleMania. We started off with Io Sky versus Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. Very good match. Very, very good match. A lot of boos for Bianca. Don't know why. They've been booing Bianca Belair for weeks, and I don't know why that is. I'd say, what other matches were there? I would say the main event of night one and the opener of night two were the two best matches of this entire weekend. They're two triple threat matches, both delivered, I think. Um, yeah, I thought this triple threat match was great. EO winning, took me by surprise. I thought Bianca was going to take it, honestly. Well, not really. I predicted EO on Twitter, but over time I'm thinking, no, I'm starting to think Bianca might have this, you know? Um, it was Bianca's first loss at WrestleMania, and it was Rhea's first loss in a world title match at WrestleMania, which does NXT count? Does the NXT Women's Championship count? I don't think it does. Rhea beat Asuka at 37. 38, she was in a tag match. 39, she beat Charlotte, and 40, she beat Becky. Um, so yeah, this was Rhea's first loss in a world title match at WrestleMania. Again, very good match. Really enjoyed it. Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest in a Sin City street fight. So this one was a little bit hard to call for me personally. The Doom sponsor, Drew McIntyre coming out in the Doom attire, I thought was okay. Hey, I like Doom. Doom is something that I'll definitely be streaming the new Doom game when that comes out. I enjoy Doom. But yeah, it's just weird seeing Doom as a sponsor for anything, honestly. Again, another good match. Like, a lot of the matches that are on the show weren't amazing. They were just at the very least serviceable, you know? And this was just another serviceable match, honest. Drew McIntyre winning, I think, is the right choice. Hopefully Damian Priest doesn't get pushed down too much, because I hate for all the work that they've done for Damian be for nothing, especially for over the last year. So hopefully Damian doesn't get too much damage after this. But Drew McIntyre winning. I predict that Damian Priest is going to win this, but no, I think Drew winning is probably the right choice. What was the match after that? The Fatal 4 IC title match. Again, very good match. Braun Breaker, Penta, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio. There was just a lot of good action throughout. Near the end of the match, Carlito came out, and he grabbed Penta, and he was going to put Penta through the table, I think. There were two tables, right? So Carlito and Penta was standing on one table. Braun Breaker was standing on the other table. And if you've been watching Raw for the past couple of weeks, you know where this is going. So Braun Breaker speared Carlito through the announce table. Carlito earning those easy checks. As for the finish, now, I think a lot of people wondering who's got to turn on who first, Dom or Finn. It was Dom, because Dom kicked Finn down, was going to do the 619. Finn called him, and this is when Finn and Dominic was not on each other's side throughout the match, because now they start to beat the shit out of each other. So I can't remember it was Braun Breaker or Penta, but Finn Balor did the coup de grace. Whilst Finn was doing the pin, Dom frog splashed, did a frog splash on Finn and whoever Finn was pinning. And then Dominic pinned Finn, and Dominic won. Dominic's the Intercontinental Champion, which I thought was going to happen, honestly. Dom becoming a singles champion was something that it was going to happen, you know. It's Dom. But yeah, Dominic Intercontinental Champion. It's funny looking at that, isn't it? Yeah, another good match. Again, nothing amazing. It was just serviceable. And that was pretty much the theme throughout the show. So Randy Orton's match. Now. So, this is the second. Back when I was saying before that a lot of WrestleMania matches had to change because of injuries that happened, you know. Rey Mysterio got injured like 24 hours before WrestleMania, so Ray Phoenix replaced him. This was the second match. So Kevin Owens got legit hurt. Apparently, Kevin Owens had an injury for what, 4 months? And he had to go neck surgery before WrestleMania, which really fucking sucks. But Randy Orton wasn't going to skip out on this WrestleMania because this was going to be his 20th WrestleMania match. And he decided to make this match an open challenge. So Randy Orton does his entrance. He grabs the microphone and he says, "This is my 20th WrestleMania. I am going to have a match. I'm ready to go. Come out, whoever is going to come out, and you get your WrestleMania moment in with the three most destructive letters in sports entertainment." Okay. Who answers Randy Orton's challenge? Say his name and he appears. Joe fucking Hendry. Joe Hendry makes his entrance. Now, while that moment is exciting, right? The match I have an issue with because the match was 3 minutes. Joe Hendry's the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And he lost to Randy in 3 minutes. I get excited, not including NXT, right? I get excited when Joe Hendry appears, whether it be a Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, but they don't last long. Have Joe stay in there for like, I don't know, at least 15 minutes or something. Like, you couldn't do a proper Randy Orton Joe Hendry match. If you don't wanna have Joe Hendry go over, okay, I can understand that, but get them a lengthy match. Come on. And not only that, after Randy won, he got Joe Hendry up. He got Joe Hendry up, raised Joe Hendry's hand. Randy Orton won, by the way, in case I haven't said that. And he gave Joe Hendry another RKO. And that's... Nah. I think that what you should have done is just have a round of applause for Joe Hendry and let that be it, you know? But no, you had to give him an RKO and do his kind of pose where he turns around, but he does, you know, that. Look, the moment... Yes, it was exciting to see Joe Hendry. The match and afterwards, no. Not a fan of. Not a fan of. Logan Paul versus AJ Styles. It's hard for me watching Logan Paul matches because I don't like the guy, you know? So, I got nothing towards this match. Except for the ending, because Karrion Kross turned up. So Logan Paul's one of Logan Paul's buddies turned up in ringside, was about to hand him the brass knuckles, and then Karrion Kross of all fucking people came out, and then Karrion Kross gave the brass knuckles to AJ, and he told him to use it on Logan, and AJ says no, and then hits Karrion. Goes into the ring, gets punched by Logan Paul. Logan Paul uses the pulverizer and wins the match. Karrion Kross did not need to fucking be there. I heard no pop. I had no pop when Karrion Kross turned up. None. And Logan Paul beat AJ Styles. AJ Styles. I can't even call the match good or bad or not. It was just it fucking happened, you know. It's hard for me to take Logan Paul matches seriously because I just don't like the guy. Karrion Kross did not need to be there. I swear, if Logan Paul becomes WWE champion, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna give Logan an AJ down. It may have been a good match, it may not have been, but I did not like the ending. Anyways, 2 matches left. So, what was, and this is the third match, by the way, where they had to change up a participant in it. So, originally, It was going to be Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Lyra Valkyria and Bayley for the women's tag titles. So Bayley got injured. Well, maybe. We don't know if she's actually injured or if she's storyline injured. If she's storyline injured, just for the sake of this next person I'm going to be talking about returning to be Lyra's partner, that honestly fucking sucks. That really sucks for Bayley. Because Bayley turns up consistently every week for the past year, between WrestleMania last year to now. She should be on WrestleMania. But no. They gave it to someone who's only been there for like a month in the last year. It's fucking stupid, man. If I was running a company, I would prioritize the people who have worked consistently over time. Because if Bayley's not actually hurt and they use her for a storyline, that really rubs me the wrong way. Bayley deserves better. And saying that, Lyra Valkyria's partner, we haven't seen her since Saudi Arabia, like May last year. Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is back. Becky Lynch is back. So, again, decent match. Again, serviceable. And Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria are women's tag team champions. Lyra 2 belts, by the way. Lyra is now the women's IC champion. She's one half of the women's tag team champions. So, hey. Cool. It was a nice moment. And to be fair, throughout this weekend, we haven't had many nice moments, honestly. So, you know, it was fine. And then the main event. The main event. John Cena and Cody Rhodes. John Cena is WWE champion. But that's not what I'm angry about. I'm angry about the match because of Travis fucking Scott. Honestly, like, the match itself wasn't anything special to begin with. Except maybe, if you can, I guess you can call it special because of the two people involved, Cody Rhodes and John Cena. The match can be just special just by names alone, but Cena does not wrestle like he used to. He's old. He's past his prime. So this match was very slow. But I kind of expected it. I feel like every WrestleMania match, every WrestleMania main event always starts off slow, to be honest. So the match, right. So Cody and Cena starts off. They chain wrestle, Cena goes out the ring for a bit. They chain wrestle again, Cena goes out for a bit. That feels like a thing for a while. They do a move or two, and then Cena just looks out in the crowd while one's recovering. And then Cena gave Cody, I think, 4 AAs, and I think one of them was like an avalanche AA, you know, the one where Cena stands on the middle or top rope and throws Cody into the mat, you know? And Cody kicks out of all of them. And whilst that was happening, Chad Patton, the referee, stands into the corner. Cena pushes Cody, I think, into Chad Patton, or Cody pushes Cena the other way around. So they're knocked out. And then Fiend hits, which, by the way, I hate fucking Fiend now. I hate Fiend. I've heard that song so much now. Not even through WWE, just for another sport I watch. I hate Fiend as a song. I've heard Fiend too much now to the point where I can't fucking stand it. So when that fucking hit and when Travis Scott came out, I legit thought to myself, okay, Travis Scott's coming out, The Rock is not far away, you know? So Travis Scott comes out, Cena brings Travis Scott into the ring, and then Cody knocks Cena out for a bit, and he invites Travis Scott into the ring, and he dares Travis Scott to punch him. Travis was about to. Cody calls him. Cody does a crossroads to Travis Scott. Travis Scott slowly rolls out of the ring. Cena grabs the belt, hits. No, he doesn't hit Cody. He's about to hit Cody, this fucking ending. Um, so Cena's about to hit Cody. Cody catches him. Cena pleads with him, no, no, Cody, please, don't hit me. I swear I'll be a good boy from now on. And Cody is like, all right, son, I will throw this title away if you be a good boy now. And Cena's like, oh yes, Daddy, please, Daddy. And Cody's like, okay, if you promise me a good boy now. Cena low blows Cody. Cena low blows Cody, gives him an attitude adjustment. 1, 2, 3, Cena wins. Cena and Travis Scott celebrate afterwards. Cena is now a 17-time world champion. And that's how the show ends. My issue with that ending is it's not even about Cena winning, it's how he won. Cena won via Travis Scott. I don't give a fuck about Travis Scott. I don't. Why is Travis Scott a part of this fucking feud? Just because he's provided the theme song for WrestleMania? He's an artist. I don't give a fuck about Travis Scott. Why should I give a shit? He's not there every week. The Rock didn't appear. I assumed when Travis Scott came out that The Rock was not gonna be far behind. But no, Travis Scott was the fucking turning point in this match. Cena's last WrestleMania win, the closing shots of him at WrestleMania, was him and Travis Scott in the ring. Fuck right off. That ending, Travis Scott ruined that fucking ending for me, honestly. It really did. Look, I sound mad. How I'm thinking this, like, look, this is what, Triple H's third WrestleMania now that he's booked? The last two WrestleManias are, for me personally, I think I've been good at least. I thought 39, I thought Triple H, like, WrestleMania 39 was excellent. But not every WrestleMania can be bangers, you know? You gotta have a dud around there somewhere. I wouldn't even call this year's WrestleMania a full-on dud, but there was some negatives, you know? Unfortunately, the stuff towards the end of Night 2 was a lot of negative than a positive. So, yeah. The Rock did not turn up. We all expected Rock to be there. Well, I expected him to be there anyway. I knew Cena was going to win. It's just how he won that's I'm not fucking thrilled with. Travis Scott, fuck off with your shitty song. So, this WrestleMania to me was average. It was average. There's a lot of good matches. Probably the two strongest matches for me were the two triple threats. Roman, Punk, and Seth was strong. Io, Bianca, and Rhea was strong. And we had a couple of good matches here and there. I thought Jey Uso and good for the latter half of the match was good. New Day and War Raiders I thought was good. Naomi and Jade was there. Jacob and LA Knight was good. Elgin and Americana and Ray Phoenix was good. It's just that match really suffered because of the replacement. Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte was good. So Night 2 had the Triple Threat Women's, and then it had Damian and Priest, which did its job. The Fatal 4-Way, which was good. What was after the Fatal 4-Way? There was Randy and Joe Hendry, which I have issues with. Not so much the moment of Joe Hendry, but also the match itself and the aftermath. So that one's a bit half and half for me. And then AJ and Logan, which I think it's more of a negative, that one. Becky, Lyra, look, the moment of Becky is good. It's good. The match was serviceable. It's just a little bit distasteful because of what they did to Bayley. And then the ending happened, which I'm not a fan of. I I don't give a fuck about Travis Scott. Why the fuck is he a part of this main event feud? The Rock did not turn up. Cena's last WrestleMania match ended like that. Come the fuck on. So yeah, very average WrestleMania. Good matches. Night 1 was stronger, I think. Night 1 for me was stronger than Night 2. Night 2 still had some good stuff, but Night 2 had a lot more bad stuff than Night 1, I think. But if we're going to talk about the overall package, Night 2 was worse. Very average WrestleMania. I'd probably give it like 6 out of 10. Yeah. But like I said before, doesn't matter who's in charge. Even if you're Triple H, even if you're the greatest booker in the world, you gotta have a bad show at some point, you know? And we've had bad WrestleManias. Is this the worst WrestleMania that's happened? No, of course not. It's definitely one of the more average ones. It's definitely gotta be if you're gonna book this WrestleMania in a tier list, it'll definitely be in the middle somewhere. I also did see Steve Austin, I think, may have killed someone. He drove his Steve Austin did his thing where he was trying to announce the attendance record for Night 2, and he drove his, I don't even know what the vehicle is called. I don't know cars. I don't know vehicle stuff. But Steve Austin drove his down in what did he do? Well, firstly, he missed the ramp that goes onto the entrance ramp, and then as he was driving around the ring, he didn't turn, and he hit the barricade, and he may have knocked someone over. Nick Khan was there trying to check who it was, and after Austin announced the attendance record, he went back there again to check just in case. So I don't know what happened there. I don't know if someone got legit hurt. And I did see that after the show, the golf cart that was driving Dominic around after Dominic's match, the golf cart hit someone. Dominic, while being whoever was driving the golf cart that Dominic was in, I think may have ran someone over. Give me a quick second. Okay. I'm just checking news to see if anything's happened because we haven't seen. For me, I haven't seen anything that's happened after the show. I need to have a look. But hey, I still hope. Look, I have mixed feelings about this year's WrestleMania, but I still hope that everyone had a good time watching it. You know. What else do we have? Someone said here that it shouldn't have involved The Rock if they couldn't use him. I don't really think it's up to them, really. I think that's just more The Rock will just turn up whenever he wants, or if they just pay The Rock money. Alright. What else do we have? We'll have Roman calling out Dragunov. I'm very lightheaded after talking WrestleMania. Yeah, I'll reply to that later. I'm in a group chat with a few other people who like wrestling, and I just asked them if how we think of Mania, and they reply, but I'll just reply to it when I can, when my mind's clear. Iron Man match. Okay. You know what? Let's watch a match, shall we?
The Queen.
I wasn't sure if I was going to watch any matches today through 2K because I mainly wanted to use today to
The following contest is a
talk WrestleMania. I pretty much talked about all that I need to talk about now. Unless if anything comes up.
The personification of majestic elegance. A fearless defender of her crown.
We've been talking about WrestleMania for an hour.
We'll bow down to her.
There's no question Charlotte is WWE royalty, but Charlotte often lacks compassion for those around her.
Well, that comes with the territory when you've been superior most of your life.
Flair says she's proud to be a queen, and she should be celebrated.
Well, Flair will also embarrass and humiliate those who choose not to fall in line.
Lost over a year of her career to injury and became the first ever two-time Women's Royal Rumble winner on her first night back.
Once again, Charlotte's claimed her rightful spot in the main event on the grandest stage of them all. Success is second nature to Charlotte Flair.
She is possibly the greatest competitor in women's division history, and she's only getting better.
Kalani is here.
And ready to leave it all in the ring.
And her opponent, from Boynton Beach, Florida, Kalani Jordan.
Such incredible in-ring prowess for this woman, Kalani Jordan.
And an unwavering attitude in the ring.
I'm just replying. Give me 1 second.
Facing perhaps the greatest competitor in women's division history, beating Charlotte will make you a legend.
That's a true statement, but it's only true because of how difficult, borderline impossible it is to achieve this task.
No holds barred, no countouts, no disqualifications, no rope breaks. The squared circle may not contain these two, but they do ultimately have to finish it all in there.
Everything is legal in this match, which means we're probably about to see some things that would actually be considered quite illegal.
I pretty much just ended the message saying Travis Scott ruined the main event of Night 2 for me. Hey, at the very least, it'll be interesting watching both Raw and SmackDown this week. So,
Strong right forearm.
yeah, those two shows to look forward to.
Scoop slam sets things up. Oh my God!
I do want to ask though. I've seen a tweet after night one yesterday that this year's WrestleMania just felt off.
And now placed in the corner.
I don't know if I have the same feeling, but for anyone that's watching, do you feel the same too?
Satellite DDT. Connecting with the moonsault.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel.
Got the leg and elbow drop.
Stepping out of the ring here.
There's obviously, look, there is going to be people, especially on Twitter, that going to call this like WrestleMania like one of the worst of all time. No, it's by far from the worst. There's been worse. It's definitely the most average.
Brilliant, right to the back of the knee. And after that shot to the knee, what could be next?
Because you can't talk about all the bad stuff. You got to talk about the good stuff that happened too. You know. Unfortunately, there's just a mix of good and positive. Honestly, good and positive. There's just a good mix of good and bad.
An elbow will break that up.
Nice Russian leg sweep, and the octopus stretch is up.
What is she going to do here? Is she going to tap out? No! Able to slip underneath and deliver some blows, creating the break. Neck breaker.
Behold the power and grace of the Queen.
Charlotte is on another level.
Coming down hard with that shoulder.
Oh, boom. And this is really getting out of hand here. Someone needs to step in.
A sit-out mat slam. What impact.
Oh, man.
Charlotte turning the tide to her favor.
Charlotte exhibiting that genetic superiority. Sidewalk slam.
Sorry for not speaking. I'm still just trying to get my thoughts together after everything after that show. And I'm just looking. It's not going to be a traditional stream. It's just me just talking. What else do we have?
Jordan was waiting on that.
Damian Priest tells referee he can't breathe after loss to Drew.
Are you kidding me?
Is that real?
To the arm. Terrible.
Cena wins. Travis fucking Scott.
There's the headlock applied. And
Yeah, he crashed his Steve Austin crashed his four-wheeler and knocked somebody over. Becky returns and becomes tag champ with Lyra.
I'm asking myself the same question. I have no idea.
Not a lot of post-show news, is there?
Down they go. What a move.
I don't know why there would be, but
with defiance there.
This could be fatigue finally truly settling in.
Clearly hoping something nefarious is beneath the ring.
we want tables.
Known in Swamp Town, the Big Tomahawk.
We want tables.
Targeting the arm to great effect.
We want tables.
I think the crowd knows what's coming.
Back into the ring here.
Probably the biggest shock of the weekend is Seth and Heyman's alliance.
Remember, no countouts in this one.
Oh, how about you take a shovel across your dome?
Get yourself out of harm's way.
I still can't believe that fucking Travis Scott ruined the end of WrestleMania for me.
And the Queen hits a spear.
So stupid, man. Ah, fuck. Like I said, I hope everyone had a good time watching WrestleMania. It was very mixed for me. There's a lot of stuff I enjoyed. There's a lot of stuff I didn't enjoy.
From way up. Double axe handle connect. Now a cover on Kalani Jordan.
But now we look forward to next year.
With the victory.
Here is your winner, Charlotte.
Charlotte Flair.
Another victory in the books for
See if everything still sounds okay. Yeah. Call out. Fraser wanted a singles match. He wins. Cena call out.
1, 2, that's 3. Let me hear the bell.
Call out. New tag champs. Backstage brawl, fucking hell. 13K. I'm still miles ahead. No worries. Roxanne Perez made a fool of herself? Why? Why would you do that? Basic injury, basic stamina. Let's go stamina. I don't know. Roxanne, why are you angry? Couple of people's morales are low. How long is Roxanne out for? 2 weeks, why? I want to keep CM Punk's daughters around. Oh, I need a... Do I have a thing to bring Kalani back? I guess no. Braun Breaker, Colbert, Taker. Cena call layouts. Tongaloa. What else do we have? Cruz, Oba, Io, Jada. We can do Roman Dragunov. Cruz, Oba. I have to find a way to keep these three happy. Buy this. You know what? I may have to use this if there comes to a point where I may have to fire those three. If they're unhappy. We'll see. At the start of next week. Hang on. No. No. Add 4 weeks. Free. Oh yeah, because I signed everyone at once. Use it on Big E. Can I just keep using it on Big E? He's the most expensive. There you go, he's there for the entire season now. Angel Garza's the next most expensive, so just keep using that on him. Select an opposing brand, still 10% of the fans from next week's show. Realistically, I should use this for a PLE. Can't be used the week before a PLE. What? Can't be used the week before a PLE. Ah, okay. Okay, we'll use it here then. Veto someone? Nah. Save that for next week. Okay. I think we're fine. Who's low? Charlotte. Go to a health spa. Cody, Biggie, Gunther, Ludwig again? We can do that. What else do we have? Say, tag team call out? I know it's stale. I know. Oh, we don't need to. No, we don't need to, because they're already level 4. Cruz or Oba? Who needs it more? Oba. Have at least one TLC match. But this is TLC. Sure. Simulate. Roman Reigns.
1, 2, that's 3. Ring it.
Fraxium. Yeah, Raw tomorrow is going to be interesting. The next pay-per-view is Backlash, which is in St. Louis. So if reports are true, or the rumors are true, they may do Cena Randy one last time. It's a Cena retirement show. Surely they gotta, you know, they're gonna have to do one more match between Cena and Orton. Except this time the roles are reversed. Now Cena's the bad guy and Randy's the hero, which makes things a little bit interesting. I'm gonna read some tweets. This is from Fraser Porter from Cultaholic. I like Cultaholic. I like all the boys there. So Fraser Porter has said, if The Rock couldn't be at WrestleMania, then Cena's turn should have been saved for tonight. Would have been incredibly impactful when he realizes he can't beat Cody and has to resort to cheating to win number 17. Need a good follow-up on this. I agree, but also disagree, because I think had Cena not turned at the Elimination Chamber, I don't think the build-up to this match at WrestleMania wouldn't be as good. Because we needed a little bit of something on the build to WrestleMania, which can't be just two pure baby faces fighting for pride and for the title at WrestleMania. You know, there's got to be an edge there, and that was Cena's heel turn at the Chamber. But yeah, The Rock not showing up at the main event, but you have Travis Scott do it. I don't know. Fraser thinks that Night 2 is better than Night 1. I personally disagree, but it's whatever. We all have an opinion, and mine's right. That main event was strange. I enjoyed aspects of it and the idea of Cena winning the title, but the execution was off. The Rock just disappearing from the build after Chamber really took the wind out of the sails. He should have been there tonight. It's WrestleMania. How come he cannot show up? He says that the main event of night one didn't feel grand. I personally disagree. I thought the main event of night one was great. And what else does everyone think? The only wrestling YouTube people I watch is Cultaholic, honestly, so I can just see what they think. Well, they think the night two was great too. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm gonna release some people. Oh my fucking god. Alright, time to release some people. It's not working out. Alright, let's see. We know that Cora's gone. Oh, I guess Cora's already left. Release you. Release you. I want to keep Roxanne around, though. I hope Tatum doesn't stay too mad. We got money. We can easily buy someone. Release you. We gotta find a brand new feud for Rhea and Tatum, and we need to like sign 2 people right away. Veto. No. Select an opposing brand as start of. Yeah, use it. Use it. Don't have a lot of logistics right now. Alright. Do I have... Okay. Some females. Faces. Can I say, that's a sick render of Nikki Cross, though. I'll do Shotzi and Kairi Sane. They will have to do. Cena's still not healthy. What in the actual fuck? Cena, get healthy. What else? Roman and Dragunov are about to become unhappy soon. Can do Ober and Cruz. The hell? This. No. Maybe Io and Jada? Sure. Oh, what else? Roman called out Dragunov. And have Taker do some advertising. I'll probably have to go into the shop next week and sign more people, honestly. It's whatever. It's fine. Robbery done. The Goths. Hopefully they can get Tatum's morale up a bit.
1, 2, it's over.
It's over!
1, 2, it's over. Bring it.
I am the ruler. Amazing. $40K fans, 130,000. Okay. Another 5 weeks? Sure, Apollo. Sure, Birdo. I'll set up a match. Sure. Oh, Cody's an immortal. Free veto. Ooh. 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 They're both kind of good, honestly. Nah, veto. Oh, and Tatum. Last man standing tables. Well, I've been using you in tag team matches a lot. So, realistically, it's tables. Because tag team matches don't have last man standing matches. Axiom a match against Angel Garza. I could just do a tag team. Shotzi a match against Rhea. I could just do a tag team here. The Undertaker. EO by default. Use a pre-match on EO. She's got to get hurt. Well, her stamina's got to go down really low, but... what else? Just do some advertising. Let's sign some people too. Let me look at my roster. So we have EO and Jada is no longer in the feud. So preferably another girl. Give me a girl, please. Naomi, okay. Yeah, we'll sign her. Can I sign her all the way to the season? I can. I'll have to turn her heel, most likely, but... Jada's heel, right? I think. So Ruka won the North American title on the weekend. We can sign her. Can I sign her all the way? I like Sol Ruka. She's cool. Poor guy. So that's Sol Ruka, Jada, Naomi, and Io. Okay. That's them sorted. Cody and Big E done with Gunther and Ludwig. Realistically, I should have these two end their feud and then tonight. Make it a steel cage. I'm kind of hoping that just keeps going. What else? And I'll just have Cody and Big E feud with Los Garza afterwards. And maybe have Imperium feud with Fraxium. What else do we have? It's pretty much everything. Just a lot of feuds I can't do right now because a lot of people's staminas are low. Braun Breaker, it looks like he needs it more. Injury rehab. Don't know if I'll... I don't know. We'll see. Alright. What a fucking match.
2, that's 3. Ring the bell.
Go on, Seiko. In this feud,
That's it. Ring the bell.
Fraxium wins. Don't really want this feud to end, but I kind of hope it just keeps going. Okay, that's good. I got the 2 results that I wanted.
1, 2,
So that's fun.
3. Ring the bell.
What's up?
1, 2, that's it. Ring it.
We rarely see a draw. How did I end a draw? Oh, Iron Man. They probably got the same score until time ran out.
1,
Maybe.
2, that's it.
Come on, Io. Yeah. Fuck yeah. 109 fans, 188k. My gym. Not really. I don't feel like trading, honestly. Cool. You're okay on the mic? Sure. Personal time? Sure. Short fight matches, cost superstars less stamina, table submission hell in cell matches, grant superstars 5 more XP. I don't have a giant. I don't know. All these don't really work for me, honestly. I'll do this one. You know, I'm gonna end it here early for tonight because I'm just wanted to get the WrestleMania review out of the way. I have a post WrestleMania hangover. Specialist or fighter? Let's go specialist. Yeah, that'll do for tonight, I think. Thank you for watching regardless. My energy is not low because I legit had to watch 8 hours of WrestleMania this weekend, so... But hey, if you have to take anything out of it, think of WrestleMania as like a season finale of the year that we've had, you know? Starting from the Raw after Mania last year until now, you know? That's how I always look at it anyway. The WrestleMania should always be the season finale of the year that we've had. That goes for every WrestleMania, etc. Thank you for watching once again. Have a good night, morning, evening, wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you next stream.